Hey everyone, this is Animesh Mahato. Today we are going to see few more parameters in Midjourney that can help you enhance your image and how to. Hey everyone, this is Animesh Mahato. Today we are going to see few more parameters in Midjourney. Let's copy the Animesh Mahato. Today we are going to see few more parameters in Midjourney that can help you enhance your image generations to a lot. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So the parameter we are going to see today is called image weight. So as you can see in Midjourney documents, it is referred to as IW. So what this does is whenever you are using an image as a reference to generate another image, for example, you have an image of a lady, you want to generate something similar to that, right? So you just add the image in the Midjourney, add your prompt, and hope for the best. But in this case, I'll show you. Sometimes what happens is the image is changed a lot, which you don't want. So you want to a controlling thing where you can control how much like weight should they put in for image and how much should they put in for the prompt. So this parameter lets you do exactly that. I'll show you with a very fun example. So, for example, we want to have a sparrow with like in a crystal structure or something like that. Like it is a crystal made sparrow. So we'll get a Google image of a sparrow. All right. And how to use, if you don't know how to use an image inside of Midjourney, I'll show you that also. So when you have your image, you can just drop it in the Midjourney and send it over. Once it's uploaded, you can copy the image link by clicking on it, then double tapping or right clicking and just copy image address. Then you have the address you need. Alright. Now you have to paste in your prompt. So while writing a prompt, add your image link, then add whatever you want. So I want a 3D crystal, 3D crystal, okay, 3D colorfuls, a rainbow crystal, ultra. Let's not make it ultra realistic. It can be fun and can be very shiny. And I want it to be like what do you say? 3D type. So I'll just add Octane 3D renderer. And I think this should be enough to get the result. So let's say we don't use any image with parameters. So what Midjourney does is it takes the image as half and takes the prompt as half. It gives both of them the same priority so that the image generation will mix up the both equally. So if we send it right now, it will just use, so image weight parameter has 0 to 2. It will use image weight as 1. So let's see the result, what we get. And till then, let's wait for the results to generate. So result is finally generated. Let's see what we got. So as you can see, the image of the sparrow is pretty much preserved and it looks very much similar. So yeah, and the wings are become colorful. It's standing on a crystal. Something like very unique. I did not expect it to do this, but yeah. Now let's get on with our experiment. We'll start all the way from zero point 0.5 and we'll go all the way to 2. Let's see what is the variation based on the weight of the image we change. So for that, you can just simply copy the link again. Okay, copy image address, then imagine and paste image. Let's get our prompt. And instead of sending it directly this time, we'll add something extra. That extra thing is dash dash IW for image weight. Let's start with zero point 0.1, I guess. And let's do other ones similarly. So let's copy the URL again. And we'll use the image weight as, let's say, this time let's do 0.5. Copy this for easier usage. So 0.5, and now this time let's do 0.75. I'm doing in fractions because the range is very much thin. So 0 to 2, whatever you can get, you can use, even if it's a decimal, not a problem. So now let's do 1, which will basically be the default value. Now let's do 1.2 and let's do 1.5 and let's do 1.75 and let's do 1 point. Okay, this is wrong. So 1.75 is done, I think. 1.75 is done. Let's do 1.2. Just 2. Now let's wait for all the images to generate. So our images are finally generated. Let's see the results that we got. So this is the basic base one that I already showed you without any image with parameter at all. So let's see the next ones. Let's first start with 0.1. As you can see, in 0.1, it completely ignored the image and it just gave us a 3D rainbow looking crystal that we asked for. It, I think a very small hint of the sparrow is there in this one, but it's pretty much non-existent at this point. Now let's see what we got in a slightly higher value, which will be I think 0.5. So as you can see, it surprisingly kept the branch structure or the tree structure, but it engulfed the whole sparrow inside this crystal. So that was pretty interesting. Now let's see our one results with the image what I set as well. Okay. Now this is 0.75. Now it starts making some sense. As you can see, this is I think pretty much the best result we got till now. Like this is the thing I was looking for, and this is also very good. This one also good. This one is a bit messed up, but I think three-fourth of them are good. So yeah, they are pretty good. The 0.75 is a really good value. If you want the image to have slightly less advantage based on your prompt, because maybe it's not just doing the change that you're looking for, try trying out 0.75. And now let's see for the value of 1. I think this is the one only. It removed the value because it is basically the standard. So in the one, as you can see, this is very much similar to results we got in the first time without using the one parameter. So yeah, there is some crystal structure here and there, but overall it's almost the same. Just the bird got it wings colored. Now let's see 1.2 what we get. Like we have a slightly higher advantage for the bird like compared to the crystal. So as you can see, there are small crystals here and there. Most of it it's still the bird. Then in 1.5 we got similar results with birds. Colors of the wings have changed. They are changed less at this time because the prompt has much less weightage compared to the image. And let's see after 1.5. Let's see 1.75. So 1.75 is this one. And as you can see right now, the prompt is almost non-existent. Looks like small snow crystals are here and there, but it's almost a bird only. And in two, I think there is no crystal. I think, yeah, almost all of it is the bird, like you saw in the zeroth. Almost all of it was crystal only. So based on your preference, you can use any value from 0.75 to 1.25, which will be the safe zone where you'll get the best outputs. So now that this image weight parameters is out of the way, let's cover the next ones. So no, what does no does? It's just a way to simply say Midjourney, don't use your head on this and just don't add these things. So let's say you want to generate an image of a scenery of a very good lake near to mountains, but it's adding a boat every time. Then you can specify don't add a boat dash dash no, then boat. And I don't want boat after this. So let's try a few examples of that one. Let's go imagine lake, beautiful lake by the mountains in Iceland, and I think we just have to remove the boat dash dash no boat. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's just run it. Now it will not add a boat, hopefully. Now let's do something crazy, which is very like I'm not sure if it will work or not, but let's see. Tree without any leaves. No leaves. There are nothing else on the tree except leaves and branches. So let's see the no leaves one. Okay. And okay, I had to add double dash instead of single one. Now let's see what we get. Okay, the scenery and image is generated. As you can see, there are no boats there, isn't it? Now let's generate a road without cars. So for reference, let's generate a road firstly with cars, then we'll do the no, the weird one. So imagine a road in Tokyo, night, just for fun, and cyber fun. Then let's do the same with dash no cars. Again, I forgot to put double dash. No cars. So as you can see in this one, I think it did not follow that much too much because the reason being a tree without leaves is very odd to find in nature. Even if I like, I can have said to it that a tree which has leaves all fallen, which is dried out and all, but that will be kind of cheating because we are testing out the no prompts. So it will be there as long as you're trying to get something cool. And I think the issue is our standard image also does not have any cars. So let's just ask for a highway in New York in the summer. Now let's use the same prompt without cars. As you can see in the past results, it is similar because there is no cars in the first image, so there is no point in looking at the second one. But let's see. I think if we ask for a highway in New York, this will give us some cars because highway is meant for cars. Here, I think it's pretty much like a alleyway or a market. So maybe that's why there are no cars. And here, as you can see, there are pretty much good amount of cars here and there. There is even a car walking on the sideways, but we'll ignore that. And these two are the ones that we can see that yeah, they have cars. And here we don't have any cars, even though there are proper roads and all, no cars exists. So yeah, you can use this no prompt anywhere where you think this thing I don't want, this thing is messing up my design. So let's say you're designing something like a river again, where you don't want frogs in a river, but some reason Midjourney is generating frogs. So you can avoid them by using the no parameters. So now that this point is clear, let's move on to our next point, the quality parameter. So quality you can use in both ways. You can use quality or you can just simply use Q. Quality ranges all the way from 0.25 to 1. It's very similar to the image weight one. Based on your input, it will add the amount of quality you're looking for. As you can see how much the rendering time you want to spend, the default is value is 1. Higher values is more GPM minutes, lower value is less. So let's say you're in a, there are several use cases for this one. Someone might ask, why would I need less quality if I can get always the best one? So there are several use cases. Number one is you are on a limited mid journey plan. You want to use the least amount of credits while you are trying to generate something, while you're perfecting the prompt. So that use cases, you can use lower quality values to get results, number one, faster, and number two, much more cheaper. So you can, for example, you're generating four images for quality one. In that same amount of credit, you can generate 4 into 4, that is 16 images, if you set the quality to 0.25, because it takes less GPU minutes on the Midjourney server, so it will be much more faster and it will cost you much less because their hardware is being used less. So that is one use case. Other use case is if you just want to create something, some prompt, and you are not looking for like the final result. You want it to be a journey to perfect your prompt. So let's say you're trying to generate a prompt to design a logo, but if every logo design takes you like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, even though that is the least amount of time you can get. So 20, 30 seconds on each logo, and just multiply that with 10, 20, 30 generations that you might need to go through to generate that perfect logo that you're looking. So in those use cases, it's much easier to get a lesser quality version so that you can see, okay, this is where I'm going. Should I go in this way or should I change my prompt? So just for example, I'll show you this by using this. And so by default, the value of the quality parameter is set to 1. So let me show you how the variance of this quality parameter works. So let's generate a beautiful scenery. Okay, let's not do a beautiful scenery. Let's maybe use something in the middle of the battle in England. Portrait Vikings. Maybe England or Denmark. Let's do Denmark. Portrait of Vikings fighting in Denmark. Uh, in the 1800s. Let's not specify this. Let's see what we get. Now that this is generating, let's do a play with the quality parameter a bit. So let's copy this dash dash q. You can also use quality directly. 0.25. Let's see. 0.25 to 1. So okay. Now we'll try with other ones also. 0.5. Now let's try with 1. Okay, 0.75. Let's try. Now let's do 1. Let's see what we get in all the four values. As you can see, these are the three values, but we use 8.75 as well. And this is the one we get without any quality parameters. So you can consider the quality parameter to be set to 1. And this is pretty realistic, really good. And this is 0.25. As expected, it is kind of blurry, but it surprisingly gets some cinematic vibes as well. Like this is a unique look in itself, this one. And overall, as you can see, the background faces and all are a bit deformed. And but for testing purpose, I think this is pretty good. Here we have 0.5, a bit higher value, which is halfway there. 0 to 1, the half one is there. And this one, I think you can use it to test very easily because this one has almost the same quality as one, but still very fast generation. This one is 0.75. It's almost to the highest. As you can see, the quality and the detail of the image, the background detail and everything, all the cuts and everything are all very much like present there. And if you compare it to the old ones, I don't think those are that much well found. It looked like marked with marker or paintbrush. But yeah, 0.75 you'll get almost the same. And as you can see here, the quality parameter is removed because it's been set to the default value. And yeah, this one is pretty much what you will expect from a generation, right? This is the best quality available. So the main use case of this one is basically to give you something to work with, and if you're just trying to do some testing. Otherwise, it's usually the people who try to get more generations from the less number of uh, like more images from less plan. So yeah, whatever is your use case, if you want, you can use the quality parameter to increase your quality of the like increase or decrease the quality of the generation.